Because he wasn't there. That's nobody. That's cameraman and a screen. Were you on the floor?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Were you on the floor here though? No, you weren't here though.
I was on to the side of it.
Hey, I'm Matthew McConaughey. This is
Guy Ritchie.
And this is
Henry Golding.
We're gonna break down a scene from The Gentleman for you. Here we go.
I hear you were getting out of the game.
Is this day 2?
Yeah.
This was my day 1.
Your day 1, my day 2.
And I would like you to consider an offer.
Look, let me stop you right there so you don't waste any more of your precious breath, young man. This is not a discussion for the two of us. Unlike the salt and pepper, it's not on the table.
Where'd you come up with unlike the salt and pepper, it's not on the table?
Well, because the salt and pepper was on the table.
Let me stop you right there so you don't waste any more of your precious breath, young man. This is not a discussion for the two of us. Unlike the salt and pepper, it's not on the table.
This is a big number.
It's quite a big number.
Got it wrong a couple of times.
It's not big enough.
One more time.
Cash.
Okay. Hang on. First off, this is, what do you call this brand of comedy? When, how long you extend the number punching on a calculator?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was always trying to get this balance before you sort of, if you pull the rug out from underneath the stakes, right? So you've got to sort of dance just on the edge of the stakes, because if you hang on too long with the numbers, and it's like, what's going on here? And then it shifts.
But you cut
into a different
away
tone.
like 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big number.
It's a massive number.
I'm illiterate. I just kept getting it wrong.
I am not for sale. And even if I was, you're several zeros short. Now, you may be able to buy your man sausage for that, but to me, it just looks rude at breakfast.
You're out of touch. You're forgetting the laws of the jungle, looking down on me. Now, when the silverback's got more silver than back, you best move on before he gets moved on.
This sort of scene was very sort of dialogue heavy between me and Matthew. It often sort of changed and weaved, but where do you see changes as we're saying them?
First of all, let's talk. If you talk about the structure of the scene, is that you're a young Turk and he's an old dog, and he has to. You're too cocky, and he has to, to overtly put you in your place. He has to find an elegant way of putting you down. So things just like the salt and pepper they're just little diminishments to just put you back in your place. So the whole scene is about him trying to diminish an inflated sense of you, right. And that's why he patronizes you all the way through the scene, and you dance with him quite elegantly, so you can hold your own, but he can smell trouble.
Oh yeah,
coming over the horizon.
It's not dignified. It's beneath you, Michael. Trying to do you a favor. This is a big number.
This right there is where you overplay your hand.
Mm-hmm.
That is that moment,
clumsily,
right?
Yeah, rather clumsily. I think it's about to come. Yeah. So, in all your naivety, he comes stumbling in. But this whole, it's really about mistaking kindness for weakness, right? And I think you and I talked about this at the beginning. In the world of criminality, right, there's a point where the young succeed the old, or at least they want to. But if they get the timing wrong, it's a disaster.
In the hot soup.
All right. But the other thing is, as you grow older, you do acquiesce to more the practical aspects of life: private schools, gentrification, fine wine, black eggs. Right. It sort of happens, and that's a very seductive narrative that one finds oneself in. Now the question is your genteel refinery is that going to be seen as a weakness, and is your kindness being taken for weakness? I mean, what I liked was that there's no way you take a meeting with him in the first place, but the only reason you'll take a meeting with him is because he tickled your wife in the right way, so to speak.
And this? Oh, this is a big gun.
For Mickey, for me, was, extremely calm most of the time, but in a split second, it goes from 0 to 1,000, and that dynamic was who Mickey was for me. Doesn't, once Mickey knows he's pulling the gun, it's from 0 to 1,000 like that, and hopefully there would be a dynamic in that you would be like, whoa, I didn't know he had that side, I didn't expect that, and then back down to calm, but not ramping up into it. Full calm, then animal.
It was quite an interesting character, that though. Yeah, a character that can refine himself into gentrification and middle class, but still is a hard boiled on the street. And if you can hold both those positions in one personality, it's an interesting personality.
Eyes not so dry now, are they? Hurts, does it? You looking for your balls or a hole in the wall?
Well, that little run on that Mickey goes on there is something that we
did
riffed,
on the day.
Made up on the day.
Looking for your balls or a hole in the wall.
Balls and a hole in the wall, deluded, duck eating.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Things that sounded lyrical and musical.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. I can't remember how that was scripted actually. Where you going to get shot? At what point you going to get shot? So yeah, we started having a bit of fun there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we had a little bit of a journey. We had to fill that journey, and that little tirade, which it was rather poetic and wonderfully delivered. But yeah, from the table to, well, of course, the whole thing's a fantasy too, which is rather fun.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going? Because you're not going out the way you came in, you deluded duck-eating. Talking to me about the laws of the jungle. What was it? Something about being beneath me, silver on back. There's only one rule in this jungle. When the lion's hungry, he eats.
Did I come up with that? When the lion's hungry, he eats.
I think in the script.
There was a lot of lion metaphors about the lion, the territory.
Yeah.
And we're missing. Oh, of course, because we're missing the next part of the scene, right? Because the scene then goes on.
Well, it switches back.
Yeah.
And then you go into a little sort of spiel about the dragon and the lion.
Oh yes.
Oh,
The lesson. Yes.
The parable.
Yes, the parable.
There was at one point, it was going to be about Laws of the Jungle. The title of the film was Laws of the Jungle or something. But there was two films coming out in quite close proximity that also had jungle in the title. So I couldn't use jungle in the title, so we extracted ourselves from the jungle a bit. And there's not quite so many lion metaphors as there was at the beginning. Yeah, you and I talked quite a lot about at various stages about the significance of a lion. It was a bulldog at one point. It was a bulldog and a dragon.
I like the lion.
Me too.
Something about being beneath me, silver on back. There's only one rule.
This shot of Mickey above Triad day one, didn't we? Because he wasn't there. That's nobody. That's cameraman and a
floor.
screen. Were you on the floor?
Yeah. We
Were you on the floor here though? No, you weren't here though.
I was on to the side of it.
Oh,
He
you
was.
were.
He
Okay.
was.
Okay.
When I watch these scenes, I have no idea that I had anything to do with the construction of them. And it's the funny thing about film is how you can take yourself out of the role of a director and contributor, right? And you're looking at a fantasy, and as that sort of builds up, I'd sort of forgotten where it ends. It's funny how often you can watch a film that you made and wrote, and you're not sure how it ends and what the next scene is. And one of the things about this, and as we shot it, 'cause it was the second day, it did make me up the aggression. I did turn up the aggression because truth is, I want more of that.
Yeah.
And I like that sort of tough stuff. It's just fun.
There's only one rule in this jungle. When the lion's hungry, he eats.
Thanks for watching. Get your tickets on Fandango. The movie comes out here in the United States January the 24th.